So let's continue talking about Les Rouges with a man who has represented the Maple Leaf. He's done so proudly. He has scored the goals, shake and bake. Yes, you know I'm talking about Dwayne De Rosario, affectionately known as D-Ro. Appreciate you taking the time here on the show, D-Ro. CONCACAF Nations League final. We were all excited, right? First time in 23 years, the Canadian men are playing for a trophy. It ends 2-0 in favor of the Americans. What were your overall impressions of that game?
Yeah, well, first, good afternoon. Thanks for having me on. Always good to see you, Andy. A little disappointed, to be honest, in many facets of the game. Give credit where credit's due. The U.S. came at us. They used their home field advantage. They used their crowd advantage. And they were relentless. I mean, I thought that was probably one of the better games I've seen the U.S. play in a long time. We just had a hard time adjusting to the game plan. And I just don't know why we continue to make all these changes all the time. You know, a game like that, I would like to see some experience to deflate the game at start. Balogun was a handful. I mean, he was dissecting our back line with his runs. They're penetrating our midfield and creating some great scoring opportunities. And they're attacking from the left, from the middle, from the right. And we didn't really have an answer. And I believe that every player that stepped on that field, that was on that bench, and the staff wanted, a result. We wanted to win that Nations Cup. That's bragging rights. And again, it puts us in a great position moving forward as we prepare for 2026.
Yeah, a lot of the guys, they said, hey, I know you've been calling us kings of CONCACAF, but we need a crown. We need that trophy. They really wanted
100%.
that. That's for sure. But hey, you know who is a king? Is Atiba Hutchinson. Here we are, so many storylines coming out of that week. And then he drops a doozy on all of us and says, this is it. I'm officially retiring. What memories do you have of Atiba?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first, I'm very disappointed he didn't play in that game. For someone that's done so much and not give him that time, it baffles me. But, Atiba's just, how can I describe Atiba? A living legend for Canada. What he's contributed to the game, what he's contributed to his career as a sideman, as a friend. I remember a young Atiba coming in to our national program in early 2000s. Skinny kid, but couldn't knock off the ball. Great decision maker. He loved the pressure. He loved playing for his country. And what makes me even more proud of him is a first generation Canadian from West Indian roots. And for us, that's huge because it's another player that we could look up to. Our struggles in the 90s and trying to make it to the Canadian national team was very difficult. So to see him lead our nation to a World Cup for all of us was a dream come true. And I think no other person worthy enough to captain that side than Atiba. He's a relentless warrior. Obviously, his resume speaks for itself. Just a fantastic gentleman. And I know that he will be still involved at some levels of the game. He has 3 beautiful children. I think another one on the way. Can't keep track, but he definitely has so much to offer the game. And I really hope that we as a nation utilize his value and continue to find a way to keep him involved in development of the game at any level.
He's still in great shape, and I need to know what face cream he uses. And here's the thing, you're right.
Right.
There is a baby on the way because I did push him a little bit when I had a chance to talk to him to say, come on, what about Gold Cup, especially since there's that one home game that will be played in Toronto. But he said the baby's due around then, and he wants to spend time with his family. So let's talk a little bit about that Gold Cup because we know a lot of the top players are going to be missing, whether they just need a break, heal, have to report to new teams. So we know it's going to be a little bit more of a developmental squad. How important is it for Herdman to see the depth of players he has?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity. These environments allow you to see players like that in these environments. See not only for the national team side, but also for the player side. I mean, hey, you have a couple good games, your whole world could change. You can sign maybe an MLS or European team is looking at young talent. So it's a great opportunity nowadays. And thankfully, Canada's in a position where we have so many players playing at a high level consistently where they do need the rest now. So the fact that we can see Canada play at a high level, see the youth, see the upcoming stars, I think it's a bonus for everybody.
D-Ro, it is always great catching up with you, my friend.
Thank you. Likewise.
If you enjoyed this content, don't miss anything that we're putting out on Soccer North. Be sure to download the CBC Gem app, head to the App Store, and hey, it's free.